Welcome to 66 days of simplicity with Dr. Ramesh. The face series, the tongue, level 3. We take our tongue for granted. Did we know? Do you realize that it's responsible for tasting, speaking, and swallowing and masticating? So let us empower, enrich, and energize our tongue to perform at a higher level, to function as an ageless you. So when you rise up to the level, your tongue is also ready for the next level of existence. So let's start the practice, and we go through all the levels: level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 1, this is how you place it. Touch your tip of the tongue, wet your fingers, okay? Put it on your lips, and then close your eyes and state, I focus on my tongue, and repeat with me in a resonant tone. And with each word, you should go deeper all the way to the brain center for tasting, speaking, swallowing, and masticating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tongue, 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 tongue. Tasting, 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 speaking, 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 masticating, 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 swallowing, 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 swallowing. If you don't remember the step, open your eyes, look at me, place your hands like this, and place it on the center of the mouth. Protrude the tongue to touch the center of the palm. And then keep the palm in front of the mouth. You will feel the vibrations as you speak, and it will hit your palm, and you will feel the gentle touch of it. And say, I focus on my tongue, and state with a resonant tone. Tongue, tongue, tongue. Tasting, tasting, tasting. Speaking, speaking, speaking. Masticating, masticating, masticating. Swallowing, swallowing, swallowing. Now, separate your hands, cover your face, and focus on the tongue. There are 3 parts to the tongue: the front 1/3, middle 1/3, and the back 1/3 of the tongue. Divide the tongue into 3 parts: the front portion, the middle portion, and the back portion. And we're going to focus on these 3 points, and we are going to make the statements. Okay? So you can cover your face again, close your eyes, focus on the front 1/3 of the tongue. I focus on the front 1/3 of my tongue. Tongue, tongue, tongue. Tasting, tasting, tasting. Speaking, speaking, speaking. Mixing, masticating, masticating, masticating. Swallowing, swallowing, swallowing. Now focus on the middle third of the tongue. I focus on the middle third of my tongue. Tongue, tongue, tongue. Tasting, tasting, tasting. Speaking, speaking, speaking. Masticating, masticating, masticating. Swallowing, swallowing, swallowing. Now I focus on the back 1/3 of my tongue. Tongue, tongue, tongue. Tasting, tasting, tasting. Speaking, speaking, speaking. Swallowing, swallowing, swallowing. Masticating, masticating, masticating. Now in this darkness, open and close your eyes 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And with your eyes open, separate your hands. It's time again to reassess all the abilities of the tongue, from the tasting, speaking, masticating, and swallowing. You need to practice 3 times a day. Every time I remind you, if you have a problem, 5 times or 7 times, and if you think more, 9 times, or consult us, and we'll advise you what to do, how to measure. Okay? Do leave a feedback. Your comments will be appreciated and answered. Share with others for their benefit. And don't forget, for the weekly intensive on Saturday, if you're not registered, please do register. Thank you. See you tomorrow.